21-36805 is called the State of Texas versus Luis Kenlaw. That is you, Mr. President, with Mr. Dusler, your attorney, the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this motion to revoke probation, which was filed on April 12 of 2024? Can we proceed in summary?
This courtroom isn't it? Just going through paperwork, what you are seeing is the unraveling of someone's second chance. Pay close attention to the way both the judge and attorneys handle this. There's tension bubbling just beneath the surface, and the legal terms may sound dry, but they are about to become very personal.
Yes, sir, but I think the state needs to, counts 1 and 2 of the motion.
That's correct.
Mr. Kenlaw, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statement you make during this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, lower your hand. Yes, go ahead.
Counts 1 and 2,
Counts 1 and 2.
There's a reference that his offense occurred in Chambers County. In fact, it occurred in Orange County.
Anthony Robbins. So allegations 1 and 2 should reflect Orange County rather than Chambers County.
That's correct, Judge.
Any objection to that?
No, sir.
And that's what the defense understands is correct.
That is correct. Those are the counts he's going to be pleading truth to as well.
That is changed and corrected to now. Allegation 1 here states that you committed the offense of operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated with a child under 15 years of age on or about March 10th, 2024 in Orange County, Texas, in violation of condition 1 of your probation order, which is don't commit an offense. Is that allegation true or untrue? So number 2 states you committed the offense of abandoning or endangering a child on or about March 10th, 2024 in Orange County, Texas.
Here's where it gets real. When someone pleads true to violating probation, especially with serious charges, like intoxicated driving with a child, it's not just a legal formality. It's a potential fast track to prison. No jury, no trial, just consequences. That's the weight of a plea in these hearings.
These things to state also in violation of condition 1 of your probation order. Is that true and correct? So are you pleading true and correct to allegations 1 and 2 voluntarily? No, sir. Intelligently, and because those allegations are true. Do you understand that a knowing and voluntary plea of truth or more violations of probation, that is enough to grant the motion to revoke probation? Your probation can be revoked. You can now be found stand up. You were on probation, so your probation could be revoked, and you could be sentenced to no less than 2 nor more than 5 years confinement in prison. Brief. You insist on pleading truth. So I find you pleading truth voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading truth. This is, I agree. That's true. Stand. You got a copy of this probable cause affidavit that's in tiny print.
Judge, I blame the probation officer.
Well, intoxication has been kind of your problem, hasn't it? On a bunch of different things.
Now, the classic courtroom pivot. Your Honor, my client is trying. It's a familiar rhythm. Certificate of completion. Voluntary classes. These are often last-ditch efforts to show remorse or at least readiness to reform. But is it too little, too late?
Here. We're on probation because a child was in jeopardy. And then now we've got some other allegations here. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, he absolutely recognizes that alcoholism is a problem. And he wants to address that problem. And in fact, he has voluntarily submitted himself to substance abuse classes. He has a certificate will present to the floor showing that he's completed a substance abuse program to try to address that problem. He knows that that's a problem that's going to continue, that he's got to still deal with it the rest of his life. And he really believes if the court would continue him on probation.
Where was this conducted and completed? At the state jail, when you're at the state jail.
Yes. And he actually served 15 months in state jail because of the Orange County offenses I mentioned in the motion to revoke. But what he and I have discussed, and he feels like that if the court would continue him on probation, it would force him to be monitored to where he can continue.
Boom. That's the judge reminding him and us that leniency already happened. The line, how many chances does someone get? Hits hard because the courtroom is not just dealing with laws, it's dealing with human behavior. And patience wears thin when kids are put in danger.
His substance abuse treatment, hopefully lick this problem that he's had with alcohol. And by the time that probation's over with, he'd be clean and be able to keep clean. He can do it on his own, but I think he's got a better shot of doing it when he's under supervision. And that's what he's asking the court to do, is consider keeping him on probation where he can monitor him.
Are you still on parole, Bill? Are you on parole for that state jail?
No, it was on parole.
He received a full 15 months, which he served. So in essence, what he's asking for is consider that as his punishment and give him a second chance. The state is in
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Well, I gave you a second chance when I put you on probation, July 28th, 2022. How many chances does someone get?
First of all, I didn't kill nobody.
Thank God. I thank the creator, not you.
Yeah. I work for a living. Every time I came in front of you, I always had a job. I don't lie, I don't steal, I don't kill, so, yeah.
But you've had a consistent pattern here now of putting children in harm's way. Anything wrong? Do you see anything wrong with that? That's terrible. You know I did.
That was only one time. First time I put my probation in, it didn't involve like.
How many times is 2 minutes? You got to agree. A child put in jeopardy because of your having that's
I was put on probation, I was still in my addiction.
probation. And it's kind of disappointing to me here because we have a.
Now, we get into time served in previous convictions. Here's a key legal takeaway. Time credits matter if you have already served part of your sentence. That gets counted. But 5 felony convictions, that's not just a red flag, it's a whole parade.
92% success rate. And we're real proud of it on probation. 92%. I hate to see, I brag about it when I'm speaking at functions, and we're very proud of that because the national average is 75.
Right.
And we have a high rate of probation success, but it's because our probation officers are good. But you got to carry your own weight like always. You got to do some of the swimming here and the rowing. And
That's why I actually,
this was kind of disappointing. You were sentenced the first time. What were you in the state jail for?
He was in state jail for those offenses, Judge.
For these that he just pleaded
yes,
through?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
If I may, Your Honor.
Was it out of this court?
No, sir. That was out of Orange County. That's why he pled true to it. He knows that he's guilty of it. When this man appeared before you, and
Times you have credit, please. Go ahead.
he's got about 220.
Real quick. Question for you, watching if someone's made it this far with multiple felonies, but finally takes recovery seriously. Should the system still give them another chance, or is it time to say enough's enough? Drop your take in the comments.
Today's credit is what we know, Judge. When we appeared in front of you, Your Honor, in 2022, there was a cap agreement of 5 years, and I argued for the 5 years.